Hi everyone, and welcome to my first monthly budget reset. My name is Eliza, and this is Eliza Does Money. Today I'll be taking you through how I'm setting up my budget for the month of October and how I'm closing off the month of September. So today is September 29th. It's a Thursday, so let's actually start with September. So first off, we have my income for the month of September. My full-time company paycheck was $41,002.48 Canadian. And I had a carryover from August of $51.31. So that was leftover money that I didn't spend in August, and I'll show you what I do with that later on here. So I input my bills for the month of September. So my husband and I share our bills. I pay the rent, which is due the first of the month, and that's $14.95. And then I pay for the weekly HelloFresh subscription, which comes out of my account on Tuesdays. So there were 4 in September, and the total for that is $82.99. So we had 4 of those. One was a little bit lower because I had some money in my PayPal account that got subtracted from the total. And then I also had a credit card payment at the very end of August for $171.74. This is something that I'll be doing different in my budget moving forward, so I'll explain that a little bit later on when it comes up. So typically the first thing I like to do is allocate my savings, investment, and debt payment. So the first thing I do when I get paid is I move some money into our savings account. So this month I moved $500 into our savings account earmarked for our future down payment that we're working towards. And then I moved $220 to invest in my tax-free savings account. And I paid $500 towards my student loans. So my student loans are my main debt priority right now. They're sitting at $12,601 Canadian. And I recently just bumped up how much I'll be paying per month, so I'll show that a little bit more later on as well. So the expenses for September are broken down here. I had quite a few coffee and treat situations, although it wasn't really that much. It ended up totaling $70. It was kind of a weird month. There was a few weeks where I wasn't really organized with work lunches, and I find that those are the days that I end up spending a lot of money on like a fast food lunch or an extra coffee or something. So that happened a few times in September, but not a really big deal. I also had a fairly high month for personal spending. I ended up buying I've been trying to find a shampoo that I love. I used to use Aveda, but switched to a few less expensive brands over the past year, but I'm just not happy with them. So I thought I would try a different Aveda shampoo and conditioner to see if I could find something that I love. Still on the fence about whether I like the new stuff that I bought, but nonetheless, that was a quite expensive personal spend. I also had a haircut this month and purchased some skincare from Sephora. Let's see what else we got here. My husband buys most of the groceries as part of his bill, so I don't have a very high grocery allocation here. Restaurants, I had a few a dinner with a friend, and what else do we have in here? Oh, and a picnic with my husband at a winery. So that was the restaurants for this month. That's pretty standard. We actually don't eat out very often. and then a little bit of shopping. I bought a book. I bought The Daily Stoic, which is a daily meditation book. I bought that from Indigo. I bought this spreadsheet. I've been budgeting with a different spreadsheet and wanted something a little bit more comprehensive, I guess. So this was a new purchase, and I'm really excited about it so far. And then a bit of takeout. We ordered some DoorDash and Domino's. Pretty much order Domino's at least once a month. And then entertainment was only $61. So we went to a movie. We went to Thor: Love and Thunder, which was quite enjoyable. And I think I bought the snacks, and my husband bought the tickets. So it was $37 for popcorn, drink, and some candy. But we hadn't been to a movie since before COVID started, so that was a fun splurge. And then I purchased Bear and Breakfast for Nintendo Switch. I haven't spent too much time playing it, but I'm excited for a cozy new game for fall. So after all of the expenses and bills came out, I was left with $236.22 in my checking account. So what I like to do at the end of the month is to transfer that into what I sort of think of as my shopping sinking fund. So for my personal spending for clothes and makeup or work clothes, shoes, anything like that, I don't frequently purchase those items, but when I do, I like to have that money set aside. So yeah, I guess I could really just budget it each month and put it in a sinking fund, but I like to just move the excess over into that account. So that's what I will do. Oh, one other thing, we had a vet bill this month for $394, and we have a sinking fund for that. So that ended up coming out of that fund. So that just kind of shows this is how I've brought that money into this budget. I just did a negative here. I might make a few adjustments with this sinking fund stuff in the future, but for now, this is how I'll do it. So this payment has been moved into my account, and so that means I have $0 remaining for the month, and I'm starting fresh on a new month for October. So let's move into October. So this month my pay is a little bit higher. So my paycheck is the same as last month, $4,102.48. And this month I have a flex fund payout. So my company has, it's sort of like a health spending account. It's a bit of money we can use each year for health expenses, fitness, as well as financial planning. So I am getting mine paid out to put extra into my tax-free savings account. So my total pay for the month of October is $46.26.82. So for this month, the bills are going to be similar to last month. Rent is $14.95, and then we have 4 weeks of HelloFresh at $82.99 per week. So my bill total is about $18.26 per month. My husband covers our other bills, which I just wrote out for August. So I'll just show you here. So what he pays for. So he pays for our car payment, our insurance, our phone and internet, and power and groceries. So his are about the same per month. And I might be taking over the power electricity payment moving forward, but we'll see if that happens. So I've already got my paychecks in my account. I was paid today actually. So I've moved some money into savings. So this month I'm saving $555 towards the house down payment. And then my husband and I decided we want to start saving for a travel sinking fund, basically. We like to go to like Mexico. We haven't traveled since before COVID, so there's a lot of trips we'd like to take in the next few years. So we're starting to save some money specifically for that. So this month we're starting with 300, and we'll see if that works for us or if we need to bump that up or down. Next is I've invested 500 into my tax-free savings account. So this is basically where that extra flex fund money is going this month. And then I'm bumping up my student loan to 601.56 this month. This is a little bit higher than normal, but I will show you why that is. So these have already gone into their respective accounts, and my student loan payment will come out. I pay it manually each month rather than an automatic withdrawal. So that will come out, or I'll pay that rather, on Monday, so October 3rd. Because if I pay it today, it'll count for September again. So I always pay it on the first business day of the month. So looking at expenses, I've budgeted somewhat similar to last month. And what I do is I do flexible spending. So rather than allocating a certain amount to each category, I'll roughly budget what I can expect for the month. And then it doesn't really matter if these match up as long as the total spent for these expenses at the end of the month doesn't exceed the money that I have in my account. And then anything that's left over, similar to September, anything that's left over will get rolled into my shopping account for when I need to buy clothes. So I budgeted for this month $50 for groceries, $200 for restaurants, because we have a fancy dinner planned, so I know that that's going to be about $180. $150 for cat food. I have 2 cats. $100 for gas. We typically don't spend too much for gas per month, maybe about $50. But this month is Canadian Thanksgiving, so we might do some traveling to visit family. I've budgeted $100 for personal spending, $20 for coffee and treats, $50 for entertainment, $50 for takeout, $50 for shopping, and then $25 for seasonal since it is Halloween coming up, and we'll likely buy some Halloween candy, or I might buy a small decoration for my office, my work office, that type of thing. So I've budgeted $795 for expenses as an estimate, and that will give me about $100 of wiggle room. So although this month's income is higher, this extra has gone into savings and investments. So the expenses should be, let me see, fairly similar to September. So I'm just looking again at September. So expenses for September were $11.25.40. However, a big portion of that was this vet bill. So let me, you're editing, that shouldn't be edited accidentally. Oh, why is it not wanting me to, vet bill. Is it pulling that from this? I think it's pulling it from this. Oh, there we go. Okay, so yeah, my normal expenses for September were $730.78, and I'm budgeting $795 for October. So that seems like that will be pretty reasonable. Let me just put back this vet payment into the expenses category so that that gets fixed. Okay, so that is what October is looking like. And then I just wanted to show what is happening with my student loans. So I think this is maybe trackers. So this is some of our savings accounts and debt. So right now for savings, we have an emergency fund of $15,000. And we've started to save for this down payment. So the goal is $40,000. This might get bumped up, but this is kind of our starting goal. And right now, let's see, we're at 14,000. And then this one, this one is called Baby Buffer. I put down a goal of 20,000. We haven't started saving for this yet. So basically what this would be is if I were to need to go on mat leave in the future, my income would be reduced. So ideally we would have some savings to kind of buffer that reduced income period. So this is something that we might be working towards in the future. And I just wanted to put it down there so that I had that in mind for if we need to pivot from saving for the down payment to the buffer, etc. We have, I guess, 3 sinking funds now. So we have one for vet bills and car maintenance. So this is anytime we need to take our cats to the vet, just to have that money ready to go, as well as our expected car expenses. So things like changing our winter tires and our insurance, our package policy, which is an annual payment, and any other maintenance things that come up, which we have a relatively new vehicle, so we haven't had that much come up yet, but that sinking fund is at $5,000. It's a little bit low right now because we've had a few withdrawals, so I need to bump that up. I'll do that this month probably with my husband's income savings. The shopping sinking fund, this is kind of a month to month. It's really just an overflow. It doesn't really accumulate much. It's just kind of a place to put the excess, like I've already said. And then the travel sinking fund, this is new. The goal is 5,000 right now, just as a number to work towards. And that will, oh, I did not input this right. Let me just see here. So actual, yes, so I've actually put this money in. Oops. 300 for travel. I guess this is actual, that's already gone in. So this hasn't paid yet. So, all right, so that's done. Let me go back to these trackers and that will be updated. Okay, so yes, you can see here the travel deposit into that sinking fund. And then for investments, I have a tax-free savings account. So my goal for this year is to deposit $2,500 into that account. Let's see. So I have $745 remaining for the year. And then my debts, my student loan, like I said, is at $12,601.56. So this month I'm paying $601.56 because I want this to be an even $12,000 at the end of, or to start off the month of October, I guess. So, all right, well, there we have it. This is my starting budget for the month of October. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments if you are budgeting for the month of October, if you have anything exciting coming up for this month that you're planning to purchase, or if you have any savings goals or debt payment that you're working towards. So thank you very much, and I'll see you soon in another video. Bye now.